one of history's greatest saints, saw with amazing clarity what the future of the church would be like. He wasn't talking about something far off in the future, something symbolic or just spiritual. He saw confusion. He saw betrayal from within. He saw lost and confused followers and a faith under attack from every direction. And the most amazing thing is that all of this could be happening right in front of us. Back then, many ignored this vision. But now, considering what's happening in the world and within the church itself, this saint's words sound almost like a precise description of our time. Could it be that today we are witnessing the fulfillment of a forgotten prophecy? Stay with me until the end, because this message isn't just something interesting from the past. It can change how you see the world today, and maybe even how you live your faith. The saint who had this vision was Saint John Bosco, the founder of the Salesians and known for his many prophetic dreams, all documented by his followers with the church's approval. One of these dreams, called the Dream of the Two Columns, is considered one of the most powerful images in the history of Catholic spirituality. In this vision, Don Bosco saw a huge, stormy sea with a giant ship representing the church being attacked from all sides. Enemy ships, storms, confusion everywhere. And the one steering the ship was the Pope. In the middle of all this chaos, the Pope was trying to steer the ship towards two giant columns rising from the sea, one with the Eucharist and the other with Our Lady, help of Christians. As the Pope guided the church between these columns, the attacks got even worse, until, at a critical moment, he fell. But something amazing happened. Another Pope appeared, and this new Pope, brave and clear-headed, finally managed to anchor the ship to the two columns. Peace returned, the enemies went away, and the church, though hurt, remained strong, supported by the Eucharist and by Mary. This vision, written down in the 1800s, comes back today with amazing power, like something from a prophet, a Pope who falls, a church under attack, and a new time led by someone who holds on tight to the most important things. Is this time already here? Today, more than a century after Don Bosco's dream, many people are wondering, are we living in this situation right now? The church is facing attacks from every direction. Its teachings, its morals, from outside the church, and even from within. Many Catholics feel lost and confused. The scandals are shaking their faith. Faith seems to be getting weaker in many parts of the world. And as this is happening, there's growing division among the believers themselves about the way they worship, their traditions, and their leaders. Everything seems to be falling apart. The recent death of Pope Francis has brought new thoughts about the Pope's role in today's world and about choosing the next person to follow in the footsteps of Saint Peter. It's not overstating things to say that the church is facing some tough times, just like Don Bosco predicted. And here's the most amazing part. The church's rescue, according to the vision, wouldn't come from new ideas or political teamwork, but from staying true to two important things, the Eucharist and Our Lady. In the middle of all the trouble, the path back to spiritual peace went through what is most holy and everlasting. What was once just a dream now feels like looking in a mirror and, maybe, a warning. Are we ready to put our faith back in what's truly important? Before we learn more about this, it's important to understand how the church looks at these kinds of revelations. Visions of saints like Don Bosco, even though they are recognized, are called private revelations. They don't add anything new to what God has already told us through the apostles, but they can help us in our spiritual lives today. The church is very careful. It looks at each case very closely, checks if they bring people closer to God, if they agree with what the church teaches, and if they are truthful and not misleading. In the case of the dream of the two columns, it was documented by those who lived with Saint John Bosco with the approval of Salesian superiors and totally in line with the Catholic faith. Therefore, it's accepted as an inspiring and helpful image, not as a shocking prediction of the future. So it's not official teaching, but it's not made up either. It's a light, a heads up, a compass for tough times. And if we really are living in those times now, the question is, are we following this compass? This vision isn't just some interesting historical fact. It speaks directly to you, who maybe have felt a heaviness in your heart seeing the situation of the church, who look around and realize that faith is fading, who wonder if it's still worth it to stand firm. Don Bosco saw the mess, but he also saw the solution. And this solution starts with a personal choice, to turn your heart back to the Eucharist and to the Virgin Mary. If spiritual enemies try to attack the church, it's because they know where its power comes from. When a Catholic walks away from Mass, from confession, from prayer, they're not just stopping their practice, they're leaving the ship. And that's exactly what the vision shows. Those who remain steadfast with the Blessed Sacrament and with Mary, they don't get lost, even in the middle of the storm. You can be that anchor in your home, in your parish, in your group. Because the fight is real, but so is the victory. And it begins when you decide to hold on tight to the things that support the church. If Don Bosco's vision is unfolding before our very eyes, the question isn't what's going to happen now, but what do need to do? The answer isn't difficult, it's profound. And it starts with 3 pillars that can support any soul, even in the greatest turmoil. First, the Eucharist. If you can, go to Mass every day. If you can't, always go on Sundays and pray before the tabernacle. He is the center of the church and of your life. Second, Our Lady. Pray the Rosary, dedicate yourself to her. The Virgin Mary is the safe place for believers during hard times. It was like that in Fatima, in Lourdes, and it will be like that now too. Third, go to confession often. Don't wait until you mess up to go to confession. Make confession a regular practice. It is through confession that the heart stays strong, pure, and ready for challenges. None of this is new, but all of this is everlasting. If you feel like you're living in tough times, maybe this vision has come to you as an answer. And if so, then you know what to do. St. John Bosco saw a time of confusion, of persecution, and of downfall. But he also saw something that many today seem to forget. The church will not be destroyed. It may be shaken. It may be attacked. It may even seem like it's sinking. But as long as it is anchored in the Eucharist and in Mary, it remains. Maybe this is what we're living through right now, a time of choosing, of purification, of clarity. And you are right here in this moment, not just watching, but as a living part of the church. If this message touched your heart, give this video a thumbs up right now. Subscribe to the channel and share it with anyone who needs to wake up to what's happening. Because the prophecy has already been given, and maybe it's being fulfilled right before our eyes. In the comments below, tell us which of these 2 pillars feels stronger in your life, the Eucharist or Our Lady. Let's work together to strengthen what truly supports our faith.
Do you want to understand the prophecies shaping the future of the world? In the ebook Catholic Prophecies, The Future of the World Revealed, you'll uncover powerful messages from the Bible, saints, and Marian apparitions. Most importantly, you'll see how they connect to the times we are living in. Don't be left in the dark. Get your copy now. The link is in the description and pinned comment.